is one of the messages I'm trying to get across to my players. Even when we started the league last season, I said to them that it's never going to be easy where Predators is concerned. Because if you look at the history of Predators, when we were in first division, we went 2 years and we only lost 1 game in 2 years. And in 2 years, we conceded no more than 5 or 6 goals in 2 seasons in the first division. Right? The first year in first division, we only conceded in the final. In the semi-final when we lost. We didn't go up that year. In the second year, we conceded once in a preliminary game and then in the final. So Predators had a momentum coming into the Premier League. And these teams weren't expecting that from us. So when we came, we basically show up. A lot of problem was in the Premier League, where fitness and sharpness is concerned, because we wanted it, right? And it was already smooth sailing for these clubs. They were competing against themselves, and they were at a particular level. It is safe for me to say that when we came, we upped the level somewhat, because here comes a new team taking on these guys who are supposed to be the top runners, and we're making it look easy because we had that extra physical edge, we had that fitness edge. We were not tall, we're not big, but we were fast, we were sharper, and we were hungry.
It's a rough start to the season so far. I know the injury factors and other issues in terms of getting squad players out, but I'm confident that Predators would overturn the rough start.
Yeah, I mean, the first game, 2-1 loss to Sign Hill. Second game, a 3-0 loss to Avenues. But looking at the Sign Hill highlights, I mean, you had chances. There were chances. Balls cleared off the line. There were clearly chances to win the game. Against Avenues, it was a little different. I didn't see that many offensive opportunities, and then just, bad luck and circumstance, I guess. What changed in that week? Was it the recognition that, again, by the second game, those 2 guys were not going to be there?
From the community of Paul's Avenue, which is in quite walking distance from here, as we see number 23, Ashroy Patterson, making his way to run inside, and then we see the first goal of the game this evening, Avenues United.
Defensively, we were a little bit better, but we paid for two defensive blunders in the Ollies. Avenues themselves has their pride to really get back intact. So it was never going to be an easy game versus Avenues. Avenues is one of the teams over the past 2 seasons actually took points from us. So we drew with them before, we lost to them before. So it was never going to be an easy game. I could recall in the days of Predators trying to find their footing. When I was a player and captain of the team, we would have lost to Avenues 8 and 9-0. We would have got humiliated by Avenues many times before. So it's a pride thing where Avenues and Predators is concerned.
And again, Avenues United some years ago represented St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the CONCACAF Club Championships. Their prize for winning this Premier Division of the National Club Championships. They've done so 5 different times. Could we see goal number 2? Yes, we do!
The Avenues game was a more tight game. They were more efficient. They had their first chance they had, I think, was a goal for them. We would have had about 2 chances before that, and we didn't maximize. And we never really got anything else after they scored their first goal. Nothing else came clear cut for us. And it was frustration mounting up by the second goal. When the second goal went in, it was a larger hill for us to climb. And as I said, with the amount of younger guys on the pitch, it take a lot more mental strength than anything else to really overturn a 2-0 news. And I would have heard Coach Hayde saying to his team, clean sheet. So it all goes back to me telling you, Avenues really want to get their pride back intact.
Over the first 2 weeks, we've seen Pastures, top of the league, 2-0, getting some good results. Avenues was a middle of the road team last year, get a result against you guys. So these are names. These are classic names, if you would, in terms of Vince Engine football. But teams that have, over the last couple of years, fallen off, while other teams like Predators, I guess, Hope is, in terms of name recognition, relatively new on the scene, but they've been successful. Obviously, System 3 has been around. But you see these names, Pastures and Avenues, kind of coming back. Are they motivated from what you've seen to bring this pride factor back up? And then how does that – I know that's going to be a positive impact of the league because it's going to make it ultra competitive. Do you see that? Or you talk to coaches, do you hear that? Like you say, you hear coach, we want a clean sheet, we want a clean sheet. Are they looking to get back that kind of name recognition and fear factor for Avenues and Pastures?
Definitely.
And my estimation should have been 2 or 3 goals up at this time. They're only 1 up for now. Header on goal, and that's a goal. And just as I spoke, a lovely cross coming in.
What I like about this one is, again, been harping on the staybacks. But this is an outside back who makes an overlapping run of 45 yards to 60 yards, goes past his midfielder, keeps going, and that's not an easy finish. That is not an easy finish for Gibson Francis there. The thought would be to use your left foot, but he opens up his hips, opens up his body, use the back of his right foot, and guides that ball high into the near post. To get a ball up near post, knowing that the goalkeeper is low, that is not an easy thing to do. But respect to whoever that number 2 is. Do you know the gentleman, number 2 for Pastures, the outside back?
No, I'm not familiar with the player there.
But making this run, I think this run and a run I saw from, who's our boy for System 3? And a run I saw from Johnny Ackley where he ends up inside the box. This is the prototype for what staybacks should be doing in St. Vincent. This is what outside backs do all over the world. You make runs like this. And again, easier done against a terrible team like Largo Heights, at least terrible for now. But this is the expectation. The expectation is that your outside backs are there doing that. And you can bring your midfielders, your outside mids, closer to the 18-yard box to crowd and have more opportunities to touch the ball, have more opportunities for runners to be inside the box.
Number 23 who makes it, gets up. Short kick taken. Traveling down the field there now we see Kareem Burkham. That's ball inside. It's on with number 20 and number 20.
I love, again, this quick restart here. Wonderful ball around the outside back. But again, it's this thing where I think you're gonna see against terrible teams. You have through balls from this thing you're gonna see from terrible teams. You have through balls from close to your side. I mean, that shouldn't happen. There shouldn't be 60 yards of space behind you where somebody can go 1v1 with the keeper.
A lack of defensive coverage there.
There really is no effort and no understanding. Even their shape there, it looks like a V. When you look at the replay, look at how the blue team is set here. The center backs are indented. They're up, and the outside backs are back, and it should be the opposite way.
The right back is the deepest player on the
The right back is the deepest player. So those fundamental things, obviously, this team has to fix, or else you're gonna, whatever the record is for goals allowed, it might be in danger. It might be in danger here.
And going to whip this one in. Gets it in, and I'm not sure if that did score.
Again, a set piece, especially if you're a team that's struggling against a team that's in form. You have opportunities on set pieces because no team in St. Vincent defends them very well. That's a fantastic header. I don't know
Yep.
where his body was and how his body was contorted, but he got the ball where he needed to.
And that's their second goal for the season, and both off set pieces, a direct
Both off
free kick
set pieces, yeah.
or corner. Maybe that might be a strategy for them going forward. Just try and defend the game and hope to get a free kick or a corner.
Now, you did mention that. You did mention their strength was probably going to be set pieces. And it's definitely something that they need to rely on.
Just right up the box. Had an opportunity there to get the ball to his teammate.
This one was just a horror show defending. I think I counted 4 players around the ball that make an attempt. They're all 1, 2, 3, 4 players just standing around the ball, and somehow the ball gets by them. And they're all watching the ball. I don't know what the thought process is here. And the effort there by that player who ends up sticking his foot out for the shot. I think, again, fitness, maybe it's all fitness. Whoever's coaching this team, run these boys the next 2 weeks. Run these boys the next 2 weeks because physically they don't seem ready for the Premiership. They don't. Premiership may not be a big jump in other parts of the world, but these guys in Largo Heights ain't ready and they need to run more than anything. What Bill Sean said was, Predators came up and they survived that first year and thrived that first year on their fitness level. So this team, Largo Heights, needs to, whoever the coach is, do you know who the coach is?
I'm not sure, but I know a few of his senior players.
Talk to these boys about getting on the beach. Largo Heights is where? In Kingstown or where?
Kingston area.
Run out to Villa and come back and run up the steps in downtown by Bottom Town, whatever it is. These players got to run. They've got to run because if the skill is not there, which it doesn't look like it is, the organization is not there. The fitness is something you can control. Nobody can get better in 2 weeks. The team's not going to get tactically sound in the space of a season. But fitness is something you can control. And that's something they need to focus on.
Ball play there. Ball play the cross and my word.
The next game in round 2 that was supposed to be a banger, supposed to be the main one. 2 of the top 4 teams in the league the last couple of years, Jabel versus Hope, ended up in a 1-1 draw. We didn't see the goal, the tying goal from Valdo Anderson because the feed cut off. But we're going to see a peach of a goal by Terrace Joseph. And again, this year, set pieces, taking advantage of those, especially in big games. Games where, teams are evenly matched always come down to the execution and the defense of set pieces. One of the first opportunities here for Jabel, which is, well, not one of the first opportunities, one of the many opportunities they have in the first half. A wonderful through ball. And again, a bad decision there by that number 7. So Johnson could have easily gone with the ball straight to goal and taken a shot there, correct?
Definitely. That's Brandon Johnson, number 7 for Jabel. He had the defense beaten. They were not going to catch him. He has some speed as well. And he really should have been a bit more decisive there and finish it for himself.
Who's the number 8 who started off the play? That's a clever little touch around the defender.
The number 8 is Najima Borgen.
Well, that's your guy.
Left from this last season, but he's playing a bit more offensively this season.
Oh, that was your best 11? Respect. I told you I didn't know who he was. Well, I've seen enough. That's smart play. That's more than enough for me. And then having the composure to make that pass. And then what I like is that, again, we're going to see, I think, a lot of through balls, specifically against bad teams, where the ball is sent to an on-running forward or midfielder from the other half, from your own half. And I want to see through balls or decisive opportunities where, again, you're attacking, you're on the other team's side, and then doing this. Because that seems to be a little bit more realistic. Those goals that we see, and I think we're going to continue to see this year, specifically against bad teams, where the ball is sent through from your own 40-yard line. It just does not seem realistic to me.
Yeah. Boy, play the cross and my word. See what he can get. He caught it around the wall and into the goal. Beautiful goal indeed. Beautiful goal indeed there. Caught it around the wall and into the far corner. Goalkeeper there diving. Let's look at the replay here.
Goal of the week? Goal of the year?
Yeah, definitely all contender.
This is our guy, Mr. Joseph, doing the Ronaldo, the dip. I don't know if it was windy that day or what, but this ball is well struck. Could the goalkeeper has done something? Possibly. He seems to be rooted and catching the ball at the last minute. You know, the announcers kept saying there are issues with the lights at Victoria Park, but I don't know if anybody in St. Vincent would have been able to stop that. It's a quality goal.
It swerved, it moved, it dipped. So it was brilliantly executed. The only thing maybe the keeper could have taken a step to his left.
Exactly. He's rooted to the ground there.
Positioning. But all credit to Terrison Joseph, aka Pino. Lovely goal.
Again, fantastic goal. This goal, Hector's goal for Avenue last year, and the young man from Largo Heights this year, may be the three best free kicks. And I refuse, Debson, I refuse to give that Beckway player credit for putting the ball under the wall. Hell no, he didn't mean to do that. These are quality free kicks.
Ball played through along the ground. And my word.
And again, this is the first time I'm seeing a play like this, a short free kick like this. Brilliant. Brilliant communication, brilliant decision. And you see that you can see Valdo leaning like he's anticipating it. Brad reads it. Valdo right now, he starts leaning already, going in that direction. It's absolutely brilliant. And actually, there's another free kick late in the game where they had an opportunity to do this again. So I hope teams are taking note, because this is the first time I think I'm seeing this. Again, we only saw 5 weeks of the season, but I don't remember a team doing this. Is that Hope came with a couple of free kick opportunities and a couple of free kick plans. Is that part of their game?
Well, it's definitely something that they seem to have been adding and working on during the preseason. As I said, there were like 3 free kicks that they did during this game where it was not the conventional, just hit it straight to the goal. They had some guile, some creativity, and it created clear opportunities.
Yeah, so again, I hope teams are listening and focus on that. It's a way to get easy goals. This game should not be difficult. If you can make it as easy as possible with a decent free kick, then do it. For me, this is one of the better sequences and one of the things that I rarely saw. Look, first of all, we have Keon Gordon on number 6, who's advanced. He's on the opposite side of the field. The ball was given away, but he's in a position to win the ball back. And then he does this thing here. Again, set pieces. Quick decision. This is all one sequence. He doesn't take his time. So the ball is played. First of all, it involves the center midfielder. This man would be running straight by people last year, I thought. Or that guy would be trying to send the ball over the top long. No, use your midfielder. That's what he's there for. And if he's engaged, if the midfielder loses the ball, oh my God, I just touched it. What happens psychologically is the midfielder goes, okay, I'm going to work to get it back because somebody's going to get the ball to me. And that's just a brilliant decision here. To play that ball to that's not Terrace, that's his brother, correct? Number 19?
That's Terrison.
Terrison. Okay, but again, great decision by this gentleman here. Just a simple thing, play the ball back. And then these one-touch passes here, he misses that there, but that's fine. The fact is you're in a position now to win the ball back because you're not stretched. I think we talked about the fact that defensively, sometimes teams get caught out of position in transition. Because why? Because you're stretched. You're kicking the ball so long, people are so spread out. If you're compact, and again, and I heard the announcers kind of taking a slight of the fact that System 3 is playing the ball around, but there's an advantage to that when you lose the ball. If all of you are in a small area, just like this, you're going to win the ball back because you're not stretched. And you don't have to run 20 yards like the Predator defender failing to track back Westfield because you're all here to help. It's team defense. No, I love this sequence. I love that sequence for Jabel. Jabel had the better of the play. Jabel should have won this game, in my opinion.
Good play, good thinking there by Tian Gordon. It's with Jabel. Played inside. Jabel again, shot and goal. And that one again.
The other thing I want to track, I want people to pay attention to is, again, these free kicks. Again, a free kick went there. Yes, it went to a whole player, but who's got the ball now? Jabel. Jabel's got the ball coming right back at you. So if at all possible, build. And I understand, we're playing against a good team. Well, you should be better. If we're playing against a good team, even more reason to show how you can play. You know, I think Hope seemed they seemed scared versus System 3, just dropping back in a low block. And they were playing maybe a little tentative here. Play your game, man. You guys are the best. Knock the ball around the field and be the best. I don't think I've seen that enough. So again, these goal kicks that, again, yes, it goes to Hope player, but Jabel seemed to, maybe it was more credit should be given to Jabel for how organized they were defensively. Because they were around the ball, and there's Keon again. 35 yards from the Hope goal. I don't remember seeing that in the game last year. The memories I have of Tion playing in this particular game last year is him on his side of the field, standing in front of his center backs. But now we're moving forward. We're going up. And I love, Terracin there in the middle of the field rather than hanging out at the side. So you can have opportunities to get the ball more. And again, you noted that. You said, well, maybe Tion was listening to us and put Terracin in the middle of the pitch. Do you think that's a more effective spot for him from what you saw in this game?
Yeah, well, both brothers have the ability to make those plays. I guess for Jabel, as they continue throughout the season, it's a matter of who they have on their squad and the best fit for particular areas. But I guess it's something that definitely would consider as the season goes by.
Another delightful ball inside, and he gets around middle this time, and he plays it wide up. Oh my word, he plays it wide.
Again, Jabel had much of the play. This is a long through ball that I can understand. One, because you're on your half. Not just you're close to midfield. And it's a fantastic ball. He should have done better here. Could have put it over, could have gone around the keeper, but this happens. But the creativity and the build, getting into that position, I applaud. Jabel should have won this game. Maybe 2-1. By this point, they should have been up. By the end of the first half, they could have been up 2-0. Easily.
So that's Morgan again with a combination with Johnson, using his right foot on the pass this time. And Johnson, he has some nice touches. He has some nice speed, good skills on the ball. But this is an issue where he needs to improve on his finishing touch.
Was D'Souza playing this game?
D'Souza played. He came on, I think, 60-plus minutes as a sub.
And here's our guy Dan again, being dangerous. Opportunities. Every game, he's got opportunities to score. He creates opportunities to score. This might have been one of the few that I saw, but it's still a legitimate shot. Kept the ball down. That would have been a goal for him. Like you said, this guy just has a nose for goal. He's like Paolo Rossi in '82 or Gary Lineker all his life, or those people who just seem to be around the goal. Or who's the guy that played for Milan? Pippo Inzaghi. Just have a nose for it.
Know him to be a good free kick taker. Let's see what he'll make of this now. He gets in, kicks it there, it's going wide, and it's misses there.
This was another set-piece opportunity that McBurnett should have finished. Wonderful ball back post. Nobody tracking the run. I guess they needed Westfield to finish these for Hope. But fantastic ball. If this had been in the air, it's still nobody tracked. So again, even the better teams, fall short of tracking runners and being set for set pieces and knowing precisely what to do. Again, number 3 back there for Jabel is ball watching. He's watching the ball and never noticed somebody's coming right behind you. There are 3-4 Jabal players there. 3-4 Hope players there, and nobody's close to them. I always tell my guys, no matter how old you are, find a shirt that's not like yours and get between him and our goal. Get your hands on him. Get your hands on him. Get your forearm on him. I didn't see that there. Should have been an opportunity for Hope. They finished the game 1-1 on a goal by Valdo Anderson. Unfortunately, the feed cut out. But have you heard anything about the goal? What was it like?
So I heard it was another set piece opportunity, cross into the box, and Valdo finished with a header. Nice diving header on the back post.
Three, 2, 1.
Beautiful goal indeed! Beautiful goal indeed there! Goal is around the wall and into the back corner. Goalkeeper there,
Over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dream of.
beautiful goal indeed!
We have spoken out Java Odin and his good start to the season. And for me, I don't know him personally. I don't know what he did over the off season. But this season, he looks bigger, stronger, faster, fitter.
Are we saying steroids? Is somebody bring steroids in Vincent Debson? Is steroids coming in with all the COVID vaccines?
I'm giving him some credit on some physical work, and it's paying off for him. His improved performance so far in the early start of the season. So hopefully he continues that.
You know, I'm through SVGSPN on Instagram. Subscribe on Instagram and follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our page, to our YouTube page, as well as the podcast. And all those links are in the descriptions on the YouTube page and also on Instagram, I believe. But I've been, reaching out to players just to let them know what we're doing, and hopefully they're paying attention. I don't remember the player, but it's the only player I've seen. It looked like he was from the country, that was showing pictures of himself. It wasn't video of him. He had some cones down. It looks like he was running a hill, not like a dirt hill, a grass hill, but like a street. That's the only picture I think I've seen where it looks like somebody is working out, like putting in the work. Maybe it's him, maybe it's Oronde. But again, we implore you over the next 2 weeks, Christmas, your present to yourself and to your team is to focus on your own fitness and development over the Christmas break, because it certainly looks like most of you are not doing it in preseason. And when my college season starts, as a player and a coach, it was 2 weeks. You can accomplish so much physically as an athlete in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 times a day. Take a day off every 3 days, and you can get fit. I don't know if everybody understands what that means in St. Vincent. I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. The definition of fitness is different, but it needs to improve. Get on the beach. Instead of drinking and partying, go run. Do something for your team. Because, again, I applaud the effort I see on social media to get more pictures up, get more video up, and players taking the initiative, specifically on Instagram. I see more teams posting pictures, and obviously the Federation is making more graphics to send to teams to post up. And this is what needs to happen to market, to drum interest, to get people excited about what's going on. But if the product on the field is lackluster, why would anybody want to show up? So for the players and coaches in the Premier League and First Division, they're going to think about it this way. All this groundswell of support and energy that's being put in to promote something, not just us here at SVGSPN, but it's clear the Federation is at least doing more, not just showcasing the game, but the little graphics, the little things, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And those are seeping into the players' Facebook page, their Instagram feeds, which is what they should. And all that is just marketing. That's marketing to get the interest of people. Again, because I'm not paying attention, I see a player on his own Instagram feed who's showing me that he's working out. He's doing something to get ready. So now we see crowds. We see people in the stands watching. Why give them the old product that last year, quite honestly, is not good enough? I have friends who love St. Vincent, Vincentians, coaches, players that refused to watch last year because the product is inferior. Why would they? For all the reasons that we stated over and over for the 5 episodes that we showed last year. And am I seeing improvement? Yeah. And hopefully we can sustain that. Why go backwards over the next 2 weeks? When we have this break, use this break to advance yourself personally, advance your team, and in essence, the league, because there's something going on. There's something, I'm paying attention, I'm sensing it. There's something going on. Contraction was the best thing. Get rid of those 2 weak teams, and now we have some competition. What say you, sir?
I agree with you 100%. I think that's a note we'd like to end the episode with. You know, just pinpoint those issues that it's a big major need for improvement, so that we can help to market the products, we can help to market our players, and also to develop our national teams. So it's a win-win situation. The more our national teams do better, more our Premier League is competitive and attractive, the more players will get noticed, the more scholarships, the more professional or semi-professional contracts, and then they will improve their game as well, and then the cycle continues.
All right, Debson, round 2, player of the round.
3, 2, 1.
Player of the round 2, I'm going to give it to Gidson Francis. Lots of assists, lots of movement, lots of true balls. He had fun, he enjoyed himself, and he even scored a goal. So Gidson Francis, major impact player in that 8-1 victory for Pastures over Largo Heights.
Again, congratulations, Pastures, for riding the ship, getting yourselves going in the right direction. Certainly, again, free kicks were a big deal in the Hope versus Jabel game. They certainly were in the Largo Heights lost their opportunities. Again, we note that there are only 2 goals have come on free kicks, so we implore and ask teams to focus on those things. Those are easy goals. My focus this year, goal kicks that go straight to the other team and start a counterattack against you. Defending set pieces, not giving up easy goals, and also scoring easy goals off set piece opportunities. And as always, keeping possession of the ball and moving around the field. I saw that in that sequence with Jabel. I saw the quick thinking off that sequence. Tion Gordon getting a ball to, I think it was Terrison Joseph for a header. Again, I'm seeing better. I'm not seeing the rushed race car soccer, especially people not in shape. Move the damn ball around the field. Play the game the way it should be played. And then we're gonna continue, hopefully having good things to say. Give us good things to see so we have good things to say. If you don't, then we're going to talk about what you show. And I think that's important. When these games are put on Facebook, whatever you do, that is what everybody thinks you're good at. So if you want them, the public, to have a different opinion of you individually or of your team, then show better. I also know, this is for anybody out there, also know it's early. It's early. It is way, way early. So we're looking forward to, I would love to eat my words. Debson, would you love to eat your words? Whatever we predicted for the preseason, we'd love to eat our words. Make us eat our words. If not, we're going to continue to talk ruthlessly about what we see. You don't like it? Give us something good. Give us something good to talk about. Final words, Debson.
All right, so again, a little motivation to all the players, the coaches. Utilize the 2-week break, put in the hard work on the field individually, get fit, get faster, get stronger, get your skill level up, and let's restart January.
Over the next couple of weeks, because the team that finished second last 2 years was right there to compete. I mean, he said beating the defending champions consistently. what message do you want to send to your players as to the expectations over the next couple of weeks? And how do you get those guys who, again, were not part of the build to recognize that every day is a build because everybody else is ready to. You're no longer the hunter. You're the hunted.
We're
you are the hunted now.
Definitely. I think this being an unfamiliar situation for us in the Premier League, there's not much to be said. These two results would have said a lot to us, especially the players. And we are fighting hard. We're trying hard. I'm seeing a larger number in training now. I'm seeing a better attitude in terms of the work ethic. I really hope that it continues for the remainder of the season. And if we want to look on the bright side of the results, over the years we would have had strong stats, starting 6 and 7 games unbeaten and so on and so forth. And then ending up finishing a little bit shaky and losing 2 and 3 and 4 games. Maybe this might only be the 2 games that we're going to lose for the season. Maybe this is our time to really tap the championship. So I hope my guys see it on the bright side and respect all clubs, because every club, they're putting in the work and they're going to come hard at us. So we have to give them that respect.
Coach Williams, I appreciate you taking the time. Debson, anything else for Coach here?
Nah, all the best for the rest of the season. I know you've been putting in the work, and I look forward to seeing it paying off on the field.
Thank you, sir.
All right, and hopefully we can get you on, hopefully following a win sooner rather than later.
Definitely, you guys can reach out to me anytime. I'm always available.
All right, Coach. Thank you. All right, so we'll review round 3 before the break. Everybody enjoy your Christmas vacation. Hopefully everybody comes back in better shape for some better soccer. And for now, SVGSPN is out.